Yeah, so today we are going to start with the question find pivot index. The question has been asked in Meta, it has been asked in Google, and also all these companies as you can see. So I have a Leetcode premium and I am going to share this specific format for all my questions. I'll be sharing what is the thought process, what is the gotcha, what is the observation, what is the trick, what is the tip behind solving a question. Also some of the similar question that has to be solved if you want to get good at a specific pattern. Right. So without wasting more time, I'm going to start. So let's see what the question is first. Okay, so what the question is? Question says we have to find a pivot index. We are given an array integers nums, calculate the pivot index of this array. What is a pivot index? So they have given the definition of the pivot index. Pivot index is the index where the sum of all numbers strictly to the left of the index is equal to the sum of all numbers strictly to the indexes, right? What it means, मैं अगर कोई भी पोजीशन में हूँ जो पिवट इंडेक्स हो सकती है, उसका ये मतलब है कि इसके जो राइट साइड का सम है, इसके जो राइट साइड का सम है और इसके जो लेफ्ट साइड का सम है वो इक्वल है। इस एलिमेंट के जो इस इंडेक्स में जो एलिमेंट है इसके राइट साइड का सम और इसके लेफ्ट साइड का सम आर इक्वल. दिस इज व्हाट पिवट इंडेक्स इज. Also there is very important condition where it says that if the index is on the left edge of the array, then the left sum is 0 because there are no elements to the left. What does this index is? This index is basically the pivot index. It says that अगर pivot index, if the pivot index हमारा लेफ्ट एज में है, लेफ्ट एज इज बेसिकली द फर्स्ट एलिमेंट, राइट एज इज बेसिकली द लास्ट एलिमेंट. So if the pivot index is the left element, that means the sum that is on the left side is 0 and the right side is also 0. This is one of the important constraint or one of the important parameter they have already given us. अगर कोई pivot index नहीं है, if there is no such pivot index, we are just returning -1. Fine. Okay, let's see some examples. So if I show you the example one says 173656. Whenever I see a question like this, right, where it says sum, my mind says, can I find out a left prefix sum, or can I find a running sum, a left prefix array, which could help me in solving this question? So the first thought like I had, I created a left prefix sum and a right prefix sum for this question. If you see, the left prefix sum will be 1, 1 plus 7 is 8, 8 plus 3 is 11, 11 plus 6 is 17, and so on and so on. From the right side also, the first element is 6, then 6 plus 5 is 11, 11 plus 6 is 17, 17 plus 3 is 20, and so on and so forth. One cool observation that I saw is, I have to move from the left side. The question also says that you have to move from the left side. So I started moving from the left side for each index one by one. I move from 1 to 1, then I move to the first index, then I move to the third and second index, and then third index. I see that third index elements are equal. The third index elements are equal. Can I say that the answer is this index? So the index is 0, 1, 2, 3, 3, it says 3. Okay, but whenever if you get multiple examples, जब भी आपको एक से ज़्यादा एग्जाम्पल मिलते हैं, आपको हर एग्जाम्पल पे ड्राई रन करके क्वेश्चन को समझाना है. मे बी आंसर आए, मे बी आंसर ना आए, मे बी द इंटरव्यूअर एक्सपेक्ट कि आप और कोई दूसरे ट्रिक से करें जो उसके दिमाग में है, बट यू हैव टू गो फॉर ईच एग्जाम्पल्स. आराम से करिए, ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लगता है. ओके, सो सेकंड example says 1, 2, 3. If I have to create a prefix sum, left prefix sum and right prefix sum of this 1, 2, 3, what it would be? So the left prefix sum will be 1, 3 and 6. The right prefix sum would be 3, 5 and 6. If I try to think of the same solution where I iterate over each element and see if the elements are equal, that and the answer could be that index. No index would be fine for such question. Okay, so now I am going to say, okay, if no such index is found, I will return -1. Okay, so there's one more example called as 2 1 -1. Okay, I'll create a left sum prefix and a right sum prefix for the same thing. So if you see, I've already created one, and left sum would be 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 minus 1 is 2. Right sum would be -1, -1 plus 1 is 0, and 0 plus 2 is 2. Again this 2 matches, the index is 0. Can I return it? The answer is 0. Maybe I can return it. So it is one of the solution, but even though it tells about few things like running sum from left, running sum from right, which comes in handy for other question, there is another important observation in this question, which makes the question like your worthwhile, right? What is that observation? Let's say if you take the example as 2 1 -1, here the total sum of this is 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 minus 1 is 2. The total sum is 2. Now if I am at any given position, if at any given index, I want to find the right side sum. What is the right side sum? What I can do is I can just subtract the whole sum with whatever position I am in. So I will always get the right side sum, right? Okay. So I have pasted the editorial solution for this question. And the code also looks very similar. First I will find the total sum of the question, then I will iterate each line by line, where I will always collect the left sum, right? And I will try to find the left sum is equal to right sum, then I will just give the index answer. For like I said, right sum के लिए हम sum minus left sum minus current number कर सकते हैं. इस ट्रिक को थोड़ा और अच्छे से समझेंगे, तो ट्रिक क्या कहता है, या ऑब्जर्वेशन, आई वुड लाइक टू ऑल्सो कॉल इज एन ऑब्जर्वेशन. This will always be in an array with numbers, right? So to find the right side sum from any given index, we can use the formula. Let's not think of it as a formula. What we do is, here you can see the purple box, right? The purple box is indicating the sum of all the elements, which is 10. Okay, let's say I am at index 2, and I want to see what is the right side sum. So instead of going ahead and checking one by one from this point, what I can do is I can simply take the whole element and subtract it with this side. So it will always give you the sum of the right side. It can also happen for the left side as well, where you have to find the sum again. You are at a position, you already know that you are collecting the sum from the right side. So you already know the sum, you already know the total sum, you just subtract it and you will always get the left side, right? So give it some time, pause the video for like 2 seconds and think about it, that if I am at a given position and I just want to find the right side sum, and if I have the total sum, can I find it? Of course you can find it. In order to draw this observation, I have a full box. I know that this is the box that I have passed, or I have like occupied, right? So what is the remaining length? So I can just subtract the whole thing from the left side, so I'll get the right side. Always do it with some more examples, you will get comfortable. Yeah. Okay, so the video ends here. I'll just share two similar questions that uses a certain kind of prefix, some tricks, and which I will be solving in this channel. So the questions are subarray sum equals k, number of ways to split array. Subarray sum equals k uses a pattern for prefix sum plus hash map. Hash map is used as a lookup map to find a previous, or like a previous position and a similar position, and we use prefix sum so that we can find this, right? Sub array sum equals k. Another question is number of ways to split array. Number of ways to split array is using a prefix sum array, and also we use the same trick that we have learned here, but a little bit in a little bit different way, which is also very important. These two questions are important if I want to deduce prefix sum, if I want to increase my prefix sum understanding, and I'll be doing a video on these two questions next. So this trick is very helpful. Think about it, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.